Okay, let's hope nothing goes extremely wrong in this raid.
1 minute, 37 seconds later.
Oh boy, oh boy. Well then. And I'm gonna arm's length. Nope. Well, I hope this fight doesn't have an enrage. That'll be pretty awful. Oh. Is this a Phantom of the Opera reference? Like in the end where he covers himself with a cloth and then disappears. I'll intercept this one for you if you intercept mine! Could be worse. Yeah, could be worse. Considering we're in pretty much hell, it could be worse. I mean, is he gonna turn back into the small version? No? No? He's not gonna become small? To think that I will fall before one such as you, perhaps I shall treat you more as a mere nuance. Yeah? So, okay. So they do die. I remain loyal to my very last, come what may. I die with it. So, I guess they do die. They're not actually immortal, they just live for a really long time. They can still be killed. So terrible did this jealousy become when he sought. Saw verboten power, power that Laha Red will be unable to ignore. Really? Like Laha Red has so many people who like him? Is he really a likable guy? Like, I'm trying to be convinced that Laha Red is a likable guy. As someone who likes him. But I objectively know that Laha Red is a very unlikable guy. How does pursuit for respect warp one's heart so? How does infatuation with one person turn to contempt for everything else? I've never heard of such a thing. Oh, let me introduce you to my enemy, my friend. This society seems kind of fucked. Because some people are just naturally better at magic than others. Well, I guess that's how it is in the real world too. If what we're saying is true, then my colleagues, they're doomed to share the same fate as Pharaohs. Have you ever thought that it might be Laha Bread who's doing this? Maybe. Or maybe his dead wife is doing this. It's either Laha Bread or Laha Bread's dead wife who's doing this. Do you mean to send a report to Laha Bread? It's too soon to say. What do you mean too soon to say? One of your workers got merged with one of your subjects, and everyone's getting mind control. Like, what type of crisis do you deal with here on a daily basis that is not warranted for a report? It's okay, Eric. Cheer up. Laha Bread might be a deadbeat dad, but that's sort of what I expected him to be. Besides, you have someone awaiting a report on your progress, yes? I dare say your story will be much more than they ever imagined. Okay, who do you think I'm reporting to? Like, who do you assume I'm reporting to? Like, it can't be anyone else but, like, Azim, right? You're on the conviction. You're with the conviction. So you do whatever you do with the conviction. So the only person I could report to in your logic is Asm. Like, you don't know I'm from the future. I'm pretty sure you don't know I'm from the future. Do you know I'm from the future? No, you don't. Ah, so you don't serve the convocation. I suppose I needn't to worry about you going behind her back to curry favor with Laha Bread. No, not really. I beat up Laha Bread on several occasions. So what did we learn? We learned that Laha Bread has a dead wife and son, and he seems to be a terrible husband and father. Back from the past was none worse to wear. What did you find? Well, it's a long story. You see, that guy who was killed by the Pope, I met his son, and also the place he worked kind of went crazy, and there's people being possessed and stuff. If I'm actually the Warrior of Light, I'd be terrible at explaining these things. Truly, we are fortunate to see you return us in one piece. Yeah, I feel like I cannot become the Warrior of Light just because I'm so terrible at explaining events that go on that nobody will really understand what I found out. Whatever the cause, our connections with the future of Elpis must be preserved. I know I have asked much of you already, but can't you continue your work in Pandaemonium? Sure. I have to go back to hang out with Eric, though. Eric. They say like father, like son. But I don't know, I haven't really met Laha Bread yet, so I don't know if he's like Laha Bread. Here. Take back the corpseified memories of... I don't know, it's Laha Bread? Or maybe it's Eric. Maybe the voice... Oh, it doesn't have a constellation, but it looks like Laha Bread's crystal, so maybe it's his kid's crystal. That makes sense. Right? And okay, at the end of the raid story, I tell Eric I'm from the future, and he makes this crystal that triggers me going back into the past to help him with everything. It's a time loop. It's like what we did with Venomoth, Venonat, Veno, the lady, her, yeah, her.